Good morning. My name is Beth Bowden, and I am from the Education Alliance. The Education Alliance exists to mobilize business and community support for public schools. One of the things that we are the most passionate about is our partnerships to increase college access for students. Today's virtual visit is made possible with support from West Virginia Gear Up. We are excited to be visiting Fairmont State University today for a 50-minute virtual tour. I'm going to be stopping 3 times in the tour for a question and answer session. Teachers, you have a chance to win a $20 gift card. At the end of this presentation, we will do a random drawing. So when I ask a question, I ask that you please pause, talk to your students, and then chat your students' answers using the chat feature. Also, if your students have questions at any time, you can send those in the chat. All right, so let's practice. I want you to please chat me the name of your school and how many students are with you today. So teachers, please chat the name of your school and how many students are with you today. And I'll be looking for those. So while they're doing that, I just want to say welcome to everybody. We are excited to have so many middle schoolers on here today. I'm seeing those numbers come in. We have lots of middle schoolers joining us today, so we're very excited. So with that being said, now I'm going to turn the tour over to Harry Jeffries from Fairmont State. Hi, Harry. Sorry, Harry, you are still on mute.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for having me today. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you today. I'm going to be talking a little bit about Fairmont State, but also going to be talking a little about the entire college process, your search process, what you're looking for, what is college, what do you do, how can college help you? So please, if you have any questions, take advantage of the chat feature. I'll be glad to answer them as we go along when they pop up. So with that, I'm going to begin. Okay, when you think about some colleges as you know. These are probably colleges you've seen on TV, maybe through sporting events, through ESPN. You may have seen them in basketball games, football games. There are several thousand colleges, universities across America. And so it's important that you find the fit for you. And it's never too early or it's never too late to actually start thinking about colleges and thinking about what you're going to be looking for in a college or what do you want from a college or university. Okay. Fairmont State is located in north central West Virginia. We are up in near the northern panhandle there. And we're roughly an hour and 40 minutes from Pittsburgh, 3.5 hours from Columbus, 3.5 hours from DC. And the reason that I bring that up is college students will have the opportunity to go to those areas and take advantage of some of the arts, the museums, school trips. It's not uncommon for some of the clubs to take trips. We have skiing. This year we took students down to the Power Park in Charleston to a baseball game. We also took students up to Morgantown to the Black Bears Park for a ball game. So there's a lot of activities that you can do as part of the student body for a university or a college. Okay, so what is a college? A college is where you're going to go for your next educational step once you graduate high school. College is where, pardon? College is where you're going to go and you're going to get your degree that's going to help you begin your professional life. So who can go to college? Anybody can go to college. Every student out there has the opportunity to go to college. And there's a lot of different routes that you can take to get to college. Not everybody needs to go to a four-year college. You may want to go to a two-year college. You may want to do, Fairmont State offers associate degrees, which is a two-year degree. In engineering, we also offer 4 years. So just because you're going to college does not necessarily mean that you're going to go for an entire 4 years. It's going to depend on what you want to do, where your interests lie, and how you're going to achieve that path to go to what you want to do for your professional career. Okay, some of the reasons why you want to consider going to college is college graduates tend to have a lower unemployment rate. College will help you become a better thinker. We will teach you critical thinking skills that is going to help you in everyday life when you're making decisions such as buying a car, buying a house, and it just kind of helps protect yourself against consumer fraud and other things when you can think critically about a situation. College graduates tend to earn more money over their careers. And one big advantage when you go to college is you're going to have the opportunity to meet people and make friends from all over the world. At Fairmont State, we have students here from multiple countries. We have students from Poland. We've had students from Germany. We've had students from Saudi Arabia. So you're going to have the opportunity not only to meet people from across the United States, but also from around the world.
Thank you guys.
Okay, so one of the things that we get is, what do you want to do when you grow up? There are so many opportunities and there's so many paths that you can take. So where can college help you? Well, some of the things you want to think about is you want to think about the size of the college you want to attend. What do you want to do? Does that college offer the program that you're looking for? For instance, if you want to be a nurse, Fairmont State has an outstanding nursing program. It's one of the best in the country. So you're going to want to look for some key things like that. You're going to want to go out and explore some career paths and see what you may want to do. And also, where do you want to live? Where would you like to attend college at? Are you looking at being in a city? Are you wanting to be in the suburbs? Are you looking for something that is private or public colleges? There's a lot of different options out there. And regardless of what college you go to, you're going to select a major. And this major is going to be the focus of your study. In one way, college is different from middle school or high school. Is college is more flexible. Right now, you get up, you're told you're going to be at school at a certain time, you're going to go to lunch at a certain time, you're going to end your day at a certain time. College is not like that. College has a little more flexibility because classes are offered all throughout the day. So you may not have to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to class. You may have afternoon classes where you're going to go later in the day. And that's also another advantage of that, is it will help you attune more to your circadian rhythm. So if you're not a morning person, you can try and get more of those afternoon classes. And it's not uncommon people not to know what you want to do when you get out of school. So at Fairmont State, one of the ways colleges can help you is we have a program called Academic Pathways. And what this does is we've grouped multiple degrees together that have some of the same study requirements. And it lets you explore different majors that you may want to do, but also helps you stay on track, graduate on time. So this can do a couple of things that allows you to do some exploring to see if you're interested in business. Do I want to do marketing? Do I like finance? It gives you a chance to explore those areas. Something else that college can help you do is when you find your interest, college can help you match up to a degree that matches that interest. So you're going to end up doing for a career something that you enjoy, something that you're wanting to do. And once again, you can see at Fairmont State, we have over 100 programs of study. So if you're wanting to be a teacher, if you're wanting, we have a police academy, if you're wanting to be a policeman, whatever interest you have, we're going to have something that can address that. And you're going to look at some of your top majors. you're going to want to look at these colleges and see what programs are they known for. We are known for engineering program, our forensics program, education and exercise science. So if you're wanting to be a policeman, you're going to want to find a college that offers a good criminal justice program. Something else that you will have the opportunity to do. Colleges will give you the opportunity that you can study abroad. So if you've ever wanted to travel and you've ever wanted to study in Germany or you want to study in Italy, you can have that opportunity through colleges, because almost all colleges will have a study abroad program, which will give you the opportunity to go over and experience a different culture for a semester and immerse yourself in that country's culture. And that's something else you want to think about. College also has a lot of services that we provide and we create to help you succeed, because we want to see you do well. We want to see you graduate with honors. We want to see you become very successful in your professional life, but we also want you to become very successful in your personal life. And so one of the things we do is we have a tutoring center, so that if you're having trouble in a class, you can go get help with that class, so that you don't end up with a bad grade in it. We also, college can help you throughout your life. We have the Encovia Career Center. Well, what that does is that's going to allow you to go down. They will help you prepare a resume. They're going to help you with job searches. They're going to help you develop interview skills. So college is not just about the 48 months that you may be on campus. It's about your entire life afterwards and how we're going to help you throughout your career.
Great. I think this is a good stopping point for a moment. And let's do our first chat challenge question. So teachers, again, ask your students this question and then chat their responses, and you'll be entered in for a random drawing that's going to happen at the end of the visit. So the first question I want you to ask your students is, what is one question you want to ask this college? So that's a good way, since we're still early in the presentation, for Harry to hear what some of the questions are, and perhaps he's going to be addressing those questions, or maybe he can answer them on the spot. So please do that now. What is one question your students would like to ask this college? And as those are coming in, I would just like to, okay, here we go. So how much is tuition?
Okay, for our standard tuition and fees, you're going to have a couple different options, because the tuition itself is going to be, let me pull that up. For an in-state student, tuition is $8,210. But now there are other factors that that's going to factor into that. Where you live, the type of housing you want, the different type of meal plans that we offer. So there's going to be a little variation. We give, for an average West Virginia student who is living on campus, we estimate your total cost of tuition at $21,232 a year. As far as books typically cost, it's going to be a wide range. We tend to allow about $500 per semester for book cost. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have endocrinology. We do not do welding or cosmetology. Skills like that, you're going to find more often at two-year technical colleges. They are going to be more skills oriented. We do not offer archaeology, unfortunately. When it comes to scholarships, okay, there's a wide range, because we do accept the Promise West Virginia Higher Education Grant. We do accept the Pell Grant. We also have some scholarships from on campus. Okay, our most awarded scholarship is going to be our Opportunity Scholarship. And that's going to range from $500 to $2,500. And that is going to be based on your high school GPA. So it's important to keep your grades up, and your ACT or SAT test scores. So it's important. I always tell students, take the test of your choice, but always take it more than once, because the first time you take a test, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how the process works. Very, very seldom do I ever see a student take multiple ACT tests that does not score better on the second test than they did their first test. So that's going to be, there are also academic scholarships based on majors. So you have certain colleges that will give out academic scholarships. You have third-party scholarships. I always tell people, don't forget your church, civic organization, your parents' place of employment, because a lot of employers will offer scholarships for dependents of employees. A lot of places that you may work during high school, if you work, such as Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, also offer scholarship opportunities. So there's a wide range of scholarship opportunities out there. The main thing that I recommend is when you become a senior, start applying for scholarships. Apply for as many as you can find. Be sure every school is going to have a general scholarship application. Be sure that you fill out that school scholarship application so you get looked at for all of their scholarships. And don't forget to look at any special hobbies that you have. For instance, the Daughters of the American Revolution offer some scholarships. So the best thing is look at it like it's a part-time job. Spend 2 hours a week researching scholarships. Spend 2 hours a week looking for scholarships, filling out scholarship applications. And by the end of your senior year, it's going to well pay for itself. And let me look at some of these others. Okay.
Well, looks as if the next question was what types of clubs do you offer? And you're going to be talking about campus life. So let's move on and we'll do a chat challenge after this section.
Okay. So as we get to campus life, because college is not just about books and studying, it's about the holistic, it's about your entire personal development. So at Fairmont State, we are a Division II school. So we play in the Mountain East Conference. So if you want to pursue athletics at the collegiate level, we offer 17 different sports. We have men's basketball, men's cross country, women's golf. So there's a lot of opportunity to do that. There are also club sports available. Club sports are not an NCAA sport. They are a club that we have on campus. Some of our club sports are a dance team, track, men's rugby, women's rugby. And what happens is you compete against other clubs and other schools in the area. But once again, it's a club sport. You do it for fun. It's not an NCAA sport. We also have over 50 student clubs and organizations, and there's going to be a lot of difference in those clubs. If you're interested in government, we have a Model United Nations. We have a College Republicans Club. We have the Student Government Association. So if you want to run for student body president, any of those, we have those opportunities. There are also honor societies based on your major. For instance, the Alpha Phi Sigma is a criminal justice honor society. So if you meet the academic requirements, you're in this honor society. And when you graduate, your diploma will denote that you were in that honor society. You graduated with honors. Beta 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 is the biological honor society for students of biology. So there's a lot of different options there based on what you want to do with your degree program. We also have some clubs that are major related, but also based on your interests, such as the West Virginia Society of Professional Surveyors, if you're in the surveying program, the American Institute of Architectural Students for people who are in the architecture program. So there's a lot of involvement that you can do. And if you have an interest in a club or an activity that we do not currently offer on campus, okay, you can reach out to Student Life. Student Life will work with you to create interest in that club and begin that club. So just because it may be something we don't currently offer doesn't mean that it's not something that couldn't be offered. A couple of years ago, I had a student that wanted to start a bowling club. So there's a lot of opportunities, even if it's not something that we're offering right now. There's also programs on campus. We will bring guest speakers in. They're just finishing up a current business speakers program where they've had guest speakers come in and make presentations related to various business topics. So there's a lot of different things like that that you can go to. The Folk Life Center had poetry readings. They had some folk life music here last month. So there's a lot of different clubs and activities you can do because we want you engaged. We want you to make friends because the people that you're going to interact with here, the people that are in your classes, the people who are in your resident halls, these are lifelong relationships that you're going to build. And you're going to be surprised at how often that you're going to cross paths professionally with people who come here. And you never know what your future holds because there will be some that, like myself, have had the good fortune that we not only attended school here and are graduates, but we actually got to come back to Fairmont State and pursue our professional careers here. So for a lot of us, it does actually become your home. It becomes your educational home, but also becomes your professional home. And it gives you a lot of opportunities for advancement and to explore different careers that you want to do. And so there's just limitless opportunities as long as you take advantage of it. And that's the main thing I want to stress, take advantage of it, get involved. It's just like middle school, it's like high school. The more you become involved, the better time you're going to have. And there's so much to do. Please take advantage of it.
Great. Sounds like this might be a good time to stop for another chat challenge question. So the question that I would like for us to do now is, what's something that the students think is surprising about this college so far? What's something they're surprised about with this college so far? So teachers, please chat your answers, and you can win a $20 gift card at the end. Something your students have found surprising. Okay, Richwood Middle School, they're surprised that it's a Division II college. They're surprised of the price, surprised there's no men's soccer, surprised they have rugby, that they have a bunch of clubs and a lot of degrees and the various clubs and opportunities. The students really like the amount of clubs offered. Yep. So, I think that I think one of the things that is the best thing about college is campus life and the clubs. And like you said, Harry, meeting people on campus and meeting people from all walks of life. Great. So with that being said, let's move on and learn more about living on campus in the residential halls.
Okay. At Fairmont State, we have 5 resident halls. Now, when I say resident hall, you're probably thinking of a long corridor with rooms on both sides with just one bathroom at the end. We do have resident halls like that, but we also have resident halls that are known as suite style resident halls. Okay, This is Pritchard Hall. There's some pictures here, and you can see this is a double room that has 2 people living in it. You can see there's a common kitchen. It has 2 kitchens in the building. Now, this is Bryan Hall. Bryan Hall is what we would call a suite style hall. Okay, and as you can see in the picture on the diagram there, you have 4 individual bedrooms, and then those 4 bedrooms share a common area and share a bathroom. So there's 2 different ways to live. We also have what are known as super single rooms, which is the size of a double room, but there's only 1 person in it. And now it is a traditional style resident hall. So you would have the restroom at the end of the hall. Resident halls are going to be based on the type of room that you have and the number of people. So the prices are going to range from about $2,100 a semester for a super single, for about $3,300 a semester for a suite like you're seeing on the picture. So there's a lot of variations in how you can live and the type of rooms that you can have. And with that, the food, somebody had asked about the food on campus. The food on campus is excellent. The cafeteria has a wide selection. There's a salad bar, and every day you're going to have a main course. The other day it was salmon and baked potatoes. Then you're always going to have a pasta bar that's going to have some type of pasta on it, be it spaghetti, macaroni, something like that. Then there's going to be a specialty bar, and that changes constantly. One day it might be a taco salad, the next day might be chicken fajitas, the next day might be burritos. That's going to be constantly changing. And then every day there is a grill. So you always have the option if you want hamburger, if you want hot dogs with chili, French fries, chicken sandwich, grilled cheese sandwich, anything like that. That grill is always running every day. There is always a pizza bar, so there's always a chance to get pizza. And then there's a little sandwich bar. So if you want to make sandwiches, you have that option. We also have, as you can see in the picture, Chick-fil-A on campus. We have a Chalaca, which is a Mexican style restaurant. And then we also have a Starbucks. So there's a lot of different things that you can eat. It's all very high quality. It is just excellently prepared. And I eat there every day that I have the opportunity to when I'm on campus. It is just an excellent, excellent dining hall. Okay, the next thing is you're going to say, I don't want to be in school forever. College doesn't seem fun. Once again, it's as fun as you can make it. The more you become involved, the more fun you're going to have, the more friends you make, the more that you become involved in outside activities or clubs, the opportunity to study abroad. All these things are going to make the experience so much better for you. And now what I'd like to take the next 15 or 20 minutes and do is I'd like to talk about some of the things that you can do to help getting in college. Somebody asked what our acceptance rate was. Well, Fairmont State University is a public university. Our acceptance rate is about 94%. Now, there's a few things that you can do because some programs are very competitive, such as nursing, the aviation program. We offer the state's currently only FAA 141 flight school. Flight school is very competitive. So there's a few things that you can start doing, and you want to start thinking about them now. While you're in middle school, what can you do to help improve the odds of getting into the school that you would like to get into? Okay. You want to begin to develop the skills now that are valuable in high school and essential in college. Note-taking, time management, online research. These are things that are going to help you not only in high school, but especially when you get to college, because one thing you're going to do in your college career is you will do a senior capstone project, and that's going to require a lot of research. So start honing those skills now. Start getting good now at being able to use online resources, knowing how to cite those resources. Okay. I encourage everybody, take algebra and take a foreign language. You can never have enough math. It's always going to serve you well. We do not see your middle school grades, but the habits that you start now, the habits that you develop now, the patterns that you set now are going to help you through high school. They're going to carry you on through into college. So it's really about getting the habit of studying, getting the habit of taking that time each week, build it into your schedule, start working on those time management skills so that you're not always waiting to the last minute to do everything. Okay. Start getting those habits now so that it becomes second nature when you do get into high school and when you're ready to come to college. Okay. When you get to high school, some of the things you want to think about. Okay. Get to know your high school counselor. They're the person that's going to be your initial outlet for information. They're going to be the ones that's going to be able to provide you broad information on a wide number of schools. They're going to help you with that search process. They're also going to be the one who is going to help you because as you start looking for scholarships, and most scholarships are going to require an essay, they're going to be the ones you're going to want to go to. They're going to be resourced those essays. Talk to them, talk to your English teachers, have them look over those essays, start working on that structure now so that when you are ready in your senior year of high school, that you have that down, that you're good at essay writing and you can do them quickly and efficiently. Okay, get involved in activities that you're passionate about. Join a club, be part of community service, part-time job, just something outside to help you develop additional interests. I always encourage, find a hobby that you're passionate about and pursue that because you need that time away from books and studying to regenerate yourself. Okay. If you play a sport, any type of physical activity, something like that, just get a break, get that breather to regenerate yourself. Work on your grades, care about your grades, strive to get good grades because that's going to be what helps you. And as I've mentioned, a lot of scholarships are going to be based on your high school GPA. That is going to be one of the factors. So keep your mind on those grades, work on them.
Okay, I think this is a good time to stop for a question. And teachers, I want you to ask your students to think of a positive quality that makes Fairmont State University unique. So ask them to tell you some things they think is positive about Fairmont State University. And while they're doing that, I'd like to read a question that came in from Madison Middle School. What kind of internships or working relationships does Fairmont have with the businesses in the tech corridor?
Okay, there are opportunities with the FBI Center and with NASA. We don't have any direct programs, so it's something that you have to apply for through them and get accepted. But there are opportunities to work with those community people.
Great. And we have some of the positive qualities coming in from the things that the kids think are positive. The living dorms are nice and the college is close to home. That came from Taylor County Middle. The food.
Chick-fil-A is always a hit.
That's exactly right. And they just said that Fairmont State is very encouraging. Mm-hmm. Chick-fil-A, the food, small classes, and close to home. And the flight program, small population, and the food, and the suite style dorms, and the 100+ programs of study.
Okay, let me just take a moment to address a couple things that have come up here. Okay, one thing that I did not talk about, we also have what are known as living and learning communities. So you can actually choose, okay, if you're coming to Fairmont State and you have a couple of friends are coming and you want to all room together in a residence hall, you can choose each other as roommates. That is an option. So you do have some say into who you live with. If you don't, then you fill out a questionnaire and we try and match you up with people with similar interests. Some of the questions, are you a morning person, afternoon person, something like that. So we try and match people up together. But we also have what are known as living and learning communities. And what we do is we base people. If you're in the honors program, okay, there is a living and learning community for the honors program, and we group you in the resident hall with other members of the honor program because you all have similar interests, you all have similar studies. There are 6 different living and learning communities here. That can also help you as you pursue your academic studies because now you're basically in one large study group of people who are all taking the same interest in the same programs. Let's see, we had talked about the flight program. The flight program also has 2 different options. We do private license, private pilot license, and we also do commercial license. Now, small classes, I'm glad that come up because the Fairmont State University, the average class size is going to be about 17 students per instructor. Now, that does not mean that you will never be in a class that has 30 people, because you will be. And especially as your freshman year when you're doing English 101 that everybody needs. But you will never be in a class with 100 people. So there are advantages to small class size. One of the advantages to a smaller class size is your professors get to know you more. They get to know you personally because you're not in a class with 200 people taking English. Your academic advisors get to know you personally because they're not advising 300 people. And I just want to take a moment to say one thing, that when you get to college, you're going to have, and it's a little bit different than your high school counselor, you're going to have an academic advisor. And what this person is it's somebody that's assigned to you, who's a specialist in your field of study. Okay, so if you are a history student, your advisor, your academic advisor, is going to be somebody from the history department in the College of Liberal Arts. These people help guide you through your academic career so that when you tell them that, and I'm going to use a personal example here, when you're working on history and you tell them that my interest is 20th century Europe, they're going to work with you. They're going to advise you, here's the classes you need. What do you want to do with this program when you get out of school? And you're going to tell them whatever you want to do. And then they're going to help guide you to see that the courses you have and that your academic career matches the goals that you want. That's very important. So when you do get to college in that freshman year, make sure, build that relationship with your academic advisor. One advantage of being involved in other activities and other programs, for instance, the honors program. If you're in the honors program, you actually have 2 academic advisors. You have your academic advisor from your major, but you also have an advisor from the honors program. And what that is that's a second person helping you. That's a second person looking over your transcripts, a second person talking to you about what your career goals are and helping you be sure that you get the courses that match those goals. So just something that I had not mentioned earlier. Okay. The high acceptance rate. Yes. But it's not merely the acceptance rate. It's also everything that we try to provide you to make sure that you succeed. Okay, and I mentioned these are all services as a member of the Falcon family that you're entitled to at no additional cost. It's all part of your tuition and fees. Okay, we have a counseling center because we understand that a lot of times this might be the first time that a student's away from home, might be the first time you're living on your own. Now, you take a combination of being the first time you're away from home, being the first time that you're having to live with a non-family member. Now you've got finals coming up, you're very stressed. You can go to the counseling center. There's somebody there that you can talk to. They put on programs for stress relief during finals to help you. The Lead Center will have study periods. They'll be up in the library. There'll be special quiet times helping you prepare for finals. If you have a situation that needs a special accommodation, we have an office of accessibility that'll work with you to help make sure that you do have access to our services, because we want you not only to come to Fairmont State University, but we want you to be successful here. We want you to graduate here. We want you to become an alumni here. And we want to be with you when you take those steps and when you walk across that stage and you get that first job. And whatever we can do to help support you, we try and have those resources there. And if there's something you need that we don't have, please let us know. It's something that we may be able to do. We will try whatever we can to make sure that you have everything you need to succeed. And going along with that, going back to the Lead Center, depending on what your program are, sometimes there's additional tests you need to do. They have study programs available for entrance. For example, if you're going into the nursing program, you have to take a test called the TEAS test. There's other tests if you're going into education. I think it's LSTAT. So there's a lot of different things like that. And the Lead Center has information on study guides and helping you prep for those classes. So now, when it comes time to apply for college, a few things that you want to be aware of. In the process, this is Fairmont State University's process, but it's pretty much the same for all colleges and universities. You're going to fill out an application. At Fairmont State, the application's online and there's no charge for it. Once you fill out that application, then we're going to ask you for a set of your official partial high school transcripts. Once again, you'll have your high school counselor send those, or you'll go to a third-party service such as Parchment, and you'll have those sent to us. You're going to send us your SAT or ACT test scores to see that if you qualify for any type of scholarship. Okay, then once you go through that, then when you decide that if we are the college for you, you're going to accept your offer of admission. At that time, you're going to start looking. You're going to fill out your housing application, get your residence hall. You're going to schedule your new student orientation where you're going to have the chance to come on campus. You're going to spend a day here, and we're going to talk about what your next steps are. You're going to schedule your academic advising appointment. That's where you're going to meet with your academic advisor. You're going to talk about your classes and what you're going to need. Okay. But now, what you want to do prior to that, what you want to do in high school, when you're juniors and seniors, you want to start making visits to colleges. Narrow down the colleges that you're interested in. I always encourage everybody to make as many visits as possible. So, because until you actually go on the campus and you see the campus, feel the vibe of the campus, it's one thing to watch a video. It's something totally different to actually be standing here, stay in the middle of the quad, stay in the middle of Falcon Center. So when you start researching schools, see what type of visit opportunities they have. We do multiple visit opportunities. We have one program that's called Bird's Eye View. It's for rising seniors. It's for when you come into your senior year of school. And what you do is you sign up, you come in, you're going to meet other prospective freshman students. You're going to take a tour. You're going to hear a little bit about financial aid, how to apply for financial aid, what the next steps are. And then we also do one-on-one visits where you can come, you schedule a visit, you tour the campus. If you want to speak to somebody from a specific academic program, let's say that you want to speak to somebody from the nursing program or somebody from the engineering program, we will try and arrange an academic visit while you're here. It is not always possible, depending on when you make your visit, because during the summer, faculty is not on campus, but we will try our best that you get that academic meeting. And then once you do that, then you'll meet with one admissions counselor, such as myself. We'll try and answer any questions you have, go over any information that you may need. We'll talk about programs, we'll talk about housing, living, club, anything like that, any kind of questions you have. What you want to do when you start narrowing down your schools, you want to reach out to the admission counselor, because admission counselors like myself, we're here to help you. Our job is to disseminate information about Fairmont State, but it's also to help you identify what you want to do and where you're most comfortable.
Great. Well, it is almost time for the end of our virtual visit. So I just want to give everyone an opportunity to ask one more question if they would like. That way we can get all of our questions answered and see if these middle schoolers have anything else they'd like to know about.
Yes.
And if you would like to make some final remarks, that would be great.
I want to thank everybody for allowing me to come and talk to your classes. I am very, very encouraged and excited that you're starting the process this early, because as I said earlier, one thing that I like to encourage, make as many visits as possible. So start your junior year in high school and start going to as many campuses as you can. Any opportunity that you have to attend something. Okay, as far as co-ed dormitories, what we would have one floor that would be female, one floor that would be male, one wing that would be female, one wing that would be male.
Okay. And they also asked about e-gaming, esports groups.
Yes.
Do you have esports groups on?
Not at this point. As far as I know, I don't know of any discussion about it, so I'm going to have to say for the foreseeable future, no.
Okay.
Okay. Band program. Okay, we have marching band. We no longer have a music program, but there are opportunities there. And also, if you are in the band, if you're in a marching band, there is a scholarship opportunity for that also. So that can be, we have one that is a freshman. If you're in the band, you can have $1,000 scholarship onto the Resident Hall. You live in Morrow Resident Hall, and you have $1,000 scholarship on that. Okay, meal plans are going to range. There is a 15, a 19, and then a block plan. So they're probably going to start off at about $250 and go up from there, because obviously it's going to depend on how many meals you have. The block plan has the most meals. There are also what we call flex dollars built onto each meal plan, and that's your flex dollars so you can use your ID at Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. Pets in the dorm, that is something that housing takes care of. It depends on if it's a service animal or not. As far as just pets, no.
Okay, we have time for the last question. What GPA do you need to be accepted?
Okay, the minimum that we will accept is you must have a 2.0 high school GPA. But now, we do have, if you do not meet that requirement, we do take so many exemption admissions. And what it is we ask you, there's a form you fill out and you give us an essay where you kind of explain what you're doing to correct this. And therefore, you can be provisionally accepted on the basis that you're going to get your GPA up to a 2.0.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jeffries, for guiding us through a tour of Fairmont State University today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Once again, if you go to fairmontstate.edu, just click on admissions, click on staff. It has all of our contact information on there. Please do not hesitate. If you think of a question or something you want to know, please feel free. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email. All my information's on our website. Do not hesitate to send me something.
Thank you.